we've already talked about party planning this morning, and a surefire way to be able to pay for that great party is to be able to plan your finances.
Yeah, Austin McDaniel is a certified fraud examiner and certified financial planner, and the founder of the McDaniel Group. He's here this morning to help us get a leg up on planning our financial future. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, as you said, I'm a certified financial planner, so I help individuals and families reach their financial goals. I started the McDaniel Group because most people, I've lived here 30 years now, and I've met a lot of families that really don't know where they're at and where they need to be. And so that's where I come in, and that's where my expertise lies.
Well, and as I told you, my dad is in that business back east, and one of the things he always says is that a lot of people think just because they're younger or just because maybe they're middle-aged and not later in life that they don't need to start planning yet. But that's not true, is it?
No, not at all. As a matter of fact, delaying really makes it much more difficult to reach your financial goals. The younger you start, the much better you are off. There's no doubt about that. Financial planning involves much more than just, well, we need to invest so much. It actually encompasses everything. It's insurance and estate planning and, working with the investments as well. But there's much more to it than most people really think.
It's so true. And I think a lot of people also get a little bit nervous when they talk about finances. And even Kristen and I were talking. It makes people sometimes nervous. So how do you kind of tell people, hey, it's okay. This is not a bad subject. It's actually a subject that's going to help your life. How do you dispel those myths and fears that we all have?
Well, I think trust is earned, not bestowed. So working with a planner that you really trust, I think that helps break down the barriers, and you're able to really sit down and discuss what things need to be done to reach your future. And I believe that, it is a scary thing, and people like putting on the back burner and do not like talking about it, but that's the first thing that you have to overcome.
When you think about getting a financial planner, you think if you make millions of dollars, that's when you need somebody to help you financially. Like, what do you do with all that money? Where to go? So if you don't make as much money, then you think, well, maybe I should just take care of it myself. But do you help people who don't maybe make as much money?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's probably our primary target, is people that do not have millions of dollars. I mean, it's definitely, we're out there and we have an oath to help out pretty much anyone and everyone that needs our help, and that's, if you're passionate about it, then definitely we help out anyone and everyone. And
so true.
As a matter of fact, I would say that individuals without millions of dollars need planning more than those that have that much money. So,
and need ways to invest their money, I would imagine. And you said insurance, and I think obviously we all hope and pray that we're all going to be healthy and alive for a very long time, but you just don't know what can happen, and accidents and things happen every day. And don't you think it's so important to plan wisely with your insurance choices?
Absolutely. And I think that insurance is probably one of the most important parts of financial planning. It really is. Most people do not know how much car insurance they have for coverage. I mean, it goes all the way into that spectrum, let alone life insurance and disability insurance. And if you're not fully covered there, you'll never reach your financial goals if something does happen.
Well, a lot of people say, if I take 10% of my paycheck, that will help me in retirement. Is that really true?
Well, it all depends on your age. If you're 25, 10% of your paycheck might get you there in another 30 years or so.
Exactly.
Right? But that's the rule of thumb. If you're 50 and you haven't started saving for retirement, is 10% really going to get you to where you want to be?
Probably not.
No, absolutely not. So that's why it's really good to sit down with a planner and establish your goals and what you really need to save for, and establish some discipline.
See, that's very well said. Discipline. Don't have much of that.
Now, what about being debt-free? We talk about it. How do we go about doing that, and is that really important to do?
I think it's very, very important. There's been a huge shift now that we've seen, from the 2008 lows and financial crisis. I think that most people are saving a lot better, and they're getting out of debt, and that's a big push. Before that, it was always use someone else's money, and that's how you
loans.
Exactly, get rich and use someone else's money. So I think that that's true. I do believe that to a certain extent, I would not say that paying down your car loan faster and foregoing a 401k match is a smart idea.
That's what I was going to ask next.
Yeah.
So how do you prioritize that?
Exactly.
What do you do? Do you do like the loans first and then go to 401k, or do you try to do it at the same, like chip away at it a little bit at a time?
The
or
credit cards?
Yeah. Right. It is a process, and implementing the right process and monitoring it is something that will won't leave you cash poor, but will also, and at the end of the day, you'll end up saving a lot of money.
Absolutely, and it's really good advice. And you have such a nice demeanor, and I think you will dispel the fears people have sometimes of dealing with financial planners.
Okay,
I always say that my dad's a great guy, just like you. And if you want to contact Austin, you can contact the McDaniel Group. It's all on your screen, all the information, the address, the website, and the phone number. And there's really no time like the present for starting to plan. So, Austin McDaniel, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have you, and we hope you'll come back and give us more advice.
Absolutely.
And after the break, we are heading into the kitchen with our own personal chef, Jan Laird. She's making some quick and easy penne pasta. Ooh. Manja.